First of all, I want to tell you guys I don't smoke. My eyes aren't red because I smoke. I'm not tired either. My eyes aren't red because I'm tired or whatever. Like, it's just, I don't know why my eyes are red. It's just so weird. But good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of the Cali Effect, King of Games. Actually, don't even call me Cali on this. You can call me Leon or you can call me Cali. Just don't call me Noel because that's not my name. Get it? Noel is Leon spelled backwards. But today, we're going to be going over a highly anticipated video. A video like this normally doesn't get this type of response, but dealing with adversity went so well. And I mean so well by people have messaged me with their adversity that they've been dealing with, and some have actually even thanked me for putting it out there. So I want to give you guys an update on the last video, just things that have been going on. It's some great, it's some I don't want to say bad, but it's some things that we can work on because right now I'm in this stage where nothing should be bad. If you're in this stage right now where you're just assessing, or after you have assessed the situation, you already know what to do to be better. So nothing really can't be bad. Yes, you're in that stick in the mud situation, but you're like, I understand the situation and I understand how to get out of the situation. And I really hope you guys are in that phase at the very least, or just out of that phase completely. The first thing we're going to be talking about is my wife's job, because I think that we did talk about that in the last video. And if I remember correctly, in the last video I said that she was suspended. She wound up getting suspended for time theft. And they were thinking about firing her. Well, this little lady actually went not to the managers, not even to her union rep. She went to like the managers, basically one of the heads of the company, like the person that talks to the head of the company. And she like basically just escalated her way up. She was like, hey, my nigga, if I'm fired, I'm fired. Y'all need to let me know. Like, it's been 2 weeks. Like, I need to know so I can move on with my life or whatever. She was already, like, I've already assessed the situation. I already understand the possibility of me being fired. Just let me know so I can continue, like, so I can start looking for a job, so I can be a stay-home wife. So, you know, basically so I can move on with my life. And he said, okay, let me figure out what's going on. And he found out what was going wrong. And one of the more miraculous things I think happened. So not only did Amber get to return to her job, she was compensated for the 2.5 weeks that she wasn't working. And that includes the days that she would have had off. So basically for 17 days straight, Amber was paid. And that was like, what the fuck? She got suspended with no pay. She basically got suspended or put on vacation. They put her on a mandatory vacation for 2.5 weeks and was like, bruh, we ain't gonna pay you. And then turn around and like, bruh, we gonna pay you. So the manager that basically put these sanctions on Amber was suspended himself, basically for lack of evidence, and the evidence that he did provide was extremely laughable. Amber clocked in, or there was already something wrong with the time punch or whatever. Amber clocked in at 8. She came out of the office after clocking in at 8:01, and she never really had a real time punch at 8 because the time punch was pretty messed up. And I don't understand how that's time theft when you're not getting paid for the job. I mean, like, you have to fill out she filled out a time punch sheet, and she put that she clocked in at 8 because she clocked in at 8. So that was just an extremely awkward situation. It was extremely laughable. I can assume the meeting with the manager, they kind of just like, boy, you done fucked up, and we had to issue out this much pay for this lady. So he got suspended without pay for a little while, and when he came back, everybody was pretty surprised that Amber was back because nobody told anybody that Amber was coming back. So when he came back, he was a little infuriated. And if you ask me, I think he's a guy that has never dealt with adversity. I do know a little bit about his background. He's been spoon-fed his entire life. He's never had to work a job per se. He's one of those guys that has just always had things handed to him. And I guess it's nothing necessarily wrong with that as long as you know how to deal with adversity. And he wasn't those guys. So when he did come back, he tried to go after Amber and a couple of her employees again, and he wound up getting sanctioned again. So I'm not 100% sure what do you have to do to get fired at that job. I've seen people get fired at that job. Amber's been working there for, I want to say, almost 3 years. But it's pretty hard to get fired at that job, obviously, for a manager to do stuff like that and still not be fired. People have had sex at that job and got like suspended for 2 weeks. So that is one of the hardest jobs to get fired from. I could probably not get fired there. So that has something to say about that. Biggest thing I do want to talk about is basically what happened was I don't like her. She actually got a raise and now she's making like 20 an hour. And I'm like, if you guys knew what she did to be making 20 an hour, you'd be pretty pissed. Okay, so you walk into Walmart, right? And you go get your meat, whatever, from the deli. That's basically what she does in a nutshell. She kind of like works at a deli and she makes like $20 fucking an hour. And she doesn't do really anything else. Oh, plus tips, because she's at a hotel, you know, and tips are pretty fucking nasty there. Especially like, you know, the free hotel visits or, you know, the free hotel stays we get or the really cheap hotel stays. So she has a nasty good job. It's pretty damn good. And I'm kind of jealous because before her raise, I was making a little bit more than her. Like I could beat 16, you know, this Yu-Gi-Oh, this YouTube, this dual income that I have, all this stuff that I have going on, buying and selling stuff. This actually works in my favor. I can beat you because I ain't got to do all the extra steps you can do. Yeah, I do work a little longer and all that other stuff, but I could beat you. And then she turns around and she starts making 20 and I'm like, what the fuck am I here for? Like, you can handle all the bills by yourself plus more and to get your hair and nails done all the fucking time. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. So with that being said, it kind of put me a little fire under my ass. And while I don't know if this is what she wants to do for a good portion of her life, but it inspired me to figure out exactly what I want to do. Now, look, I've told you guys this plenty of times. Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't for me forever. Being able to vend Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards isn't for me forever. I want to be in a position where vending Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards isn't necessarily a job. It's something that I do to get the cards that I need to provide you guys with the videos, and maybe make a little extra cash on the side. But it's not something I want to do for a job anymore. YouTube, I can see myself doing this basically forever. And even if it's not Yu-Gi-Oh, I can see myself making another channel and doing something else. So those two things, I already have a pretty much set in goal. What I don't know is what I want to do with the rest of my life. And that's the biggest thing right there. I don't want to say I know myself, and I feel pretty accomplished to know myself at the age that I'm at, because a lot of people are still struggling finding who they are, and I'm pretty much there. Like, I know who I am. I'm building on top of who I am, and every time, instead of looking back, I was like, damn, I was so stupid. I look back and I'm like, damn, I was on the right track. So finding my place into the world is the biggest problem. And working on cars is something that I'm really interested in. So I might have to start looking for a real job. I hate when people say that. And to, you know, maybe something, working on cars or something. And basically find where I want to work on in a career. Now, there was a time where I was coaching. And I absolutely love working with high schoolers. I fucking hate working with kids. Like 5th graders, 6th graders. I don't like working with them. But I absolutely love working with young adults and developing them to become better people. I actually have this one kid when I used to coach. His name is Bump. I fucking love that kid, all right? He was a hard ass when I first met him. That's going to be for a totally different story. But he was a completely hard ass when I first met him. And now he is a kid that just wants to get better. He's hungry. He wants to be there. So, again, that's for a totally different story. I do love that kid. That kid is fucking awesome. And I'll talk about him for an entirely different story. So, basically, what I want to do is find out what I want to do for the rest of my life. I know when people say, what do you want to do for 5 years from now? 5 years from now, I want to be inside of my own house. Like, literally, my own house, nigga. I ain't paying rent. I'm paying mortgage. And that's what I really, really want to do. I want to be able to provide for my kids. And by the time my kids turn 18, 19, I'm pretty much done with my house payments. And I'm like, look, y'all can stay here as long as y'all want. You know, just do what you got to do to find yourself, to find your place in this world. And more importantly, if you don't have to go to college or whatever, I don't give a shit if you go to college, but you do need to be working on yourself and getting your own house. Like, you can move out of my house when you have your own house and you don't have to pay, you don't have to pay rent. You just have to worry about mortgage. And that's where I really want to be with my kids. I think that generational wealth is the most important thing. But again, that's for a totally different video. I already thought of 2 separate videos and I'll write them down. The next thing I want to talk about is football. My football season didn't end how I wanted it to end at all. I had a shoulder injury since the beginning of the season, and it got progressively worse. Now, I want to say the second to last game is when it got unbearable, but even throughout that time, I didn't get a single live action touch at running back. As a linebacker, I was doing it. I felt I was really doing it. I was doing all the necessary traits to be a starting linebacker, to be at the top of the depth chart. Now, there is one person, like, I feel who's just, he's there. You know what I mean? He's getting a little older. He's aging. He's phasing his way out. I actually think he's going to be coaching, so I will be the #1 backer on the depth chart should I go back. But he's basically on his way out. And I really do admire him because he has so much information, so much knowledge. And I want to talk to you guys about a specific game. It doesn't haunt me anymore. It made me really upset, but it really made me try to check on my body and figure out how I was. So it's the second to last game of the season. My arm is like killing me. I'm making tackles, but my arm is like, what are you doing? Stop. And we move into a 3-3-5 package. Basically, what a 3-3-5 package is you get 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. And normally I stay in the Mike backer role, but this time around he stayed in the Mike backer role, and he strongly, and when I mean strongly, he was like, this guy can play corner. If you don't have him out on corner, you're fucking up. Put him at corner. That was me, obviously. And I can play corner. I can play corner extremely well, but my injury has been getting the best of me. Now, basically, when I play corner, I play a 7x2 technique. If I do get close and personal with you, that means that my speed is the same as your speed, or my speed is better. I don't respect you, and you're not catching the ball, period. If I play that 7x2, that just means that I respect your speed. I still think I'm better than you. I still am better than you. I still will lock you up. And I still will, at the start of the snap, kind of creep up into that 5 box and put my hands on you. Sometimes I'll actually come to the 5 and wait, come down a little bit and put my hands on you and get that contact. I like to put contact on the receivers at the line of scrimmage, or in between that 5 yards, because that is the time where I can get a feel for you or throw you off your route. It's also another time where I can, when I can get in your head. So I'm playing, I think I'm playing 7x2 the entire game, and it's a bigger guy. He felt a little faster, but that's because my movements just weren't fluid because my arm just wasn't doing anything. And I'm shutting him down. I am literally just like, why am I even out here? You're a joke. They're not even looking your way. You getting shut down. Now, obviously, I'm thinking this in my head because my shoulder injury is like, nigga, if you start talking, he actually gonna start throwing your way. And you gonna have to actually back this shit up. And I'm like, I'm not sure if I could back this shit up. So I do get a little confident enough. And it's a speedy guy on the other side. I go to the other side where the speedy guy is. And I don't know what made me go to the other side. I'm not 100%. Oh, we had a backup safety come in. I think our starting safety got injured. So we had the backup safety come in. So I go to his side because I know our backup safety needs a lot of work. Let's just put it that. I know he's really green. He's new. He doesn't know a lot about football. And I don't understand why you play tackle football and you're not really wanting to tackle. But you want to play safety. You know what I mean? I can understand if you don't want to play, if you don't want to tackle and you're like a wide receiver, or if you're like, you can avoid contact as a running back. I know a lot of running backs don't avoid contact, but you can be one of those running backs that avoid contact. One of those offensive players that just don't want contact. But if you're on defense, you're going to have to want some contact. So he was playing safety. I went over on his side. Oh, my God. To be honest, I thought he had me up top. We were in man. Dude beat me. He literally just beat me. He stemmed me perfectly. Okay. He comes to the outside. I throw my shoulder. Second I throw my shoulder, this shoulder goes, no, no. And it drags. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm looking at my shoulder like, what are you doing? And it drags around so slow. So now, since I threw my shoulder late and my shoulder didn't want to come the time that I wanted to come, I couldn't swing the other way and get in that balance. I had to basically stop and then go again. He's already a good 3 yards ahead of me, and he catches the ball. Cool. He catches the ball. It's a huge gain. It's a huge gain, but I'm like, okay, I can still got this. The fucking safety. Oh my God. He's there for the catch. Okay. He's literally right there. He could have deflected it. He could have hit him. He kind of just like, I don't know what the fuck he does, but he got in my way, and the dude winds up taking it for a touchdown. And I am just so pissed. I'm pissed as hell. And I'm not pissed at the safety. I already understood that the safety needed a little more polishing, so that's why I went to his side. I'm pissed that I let somebody get on top of me like that and score a touchdown. That has never... Let me take that back. I'm not going to say it's never happened. No, that actually particular event, like a fucking 80-yard touchdown, that has never happened to me. Never. Just never. I feel like I am that good in my abilities that has never happened. And it hasn't ever happened, no matter who I line up against. And he was celebrating and shit. I was just mad. I couldn't hit him or anything because, yeah, he made a good play. Good shit. I get out there again, get back to the same guy, locking him up, and the coach pulls me off. I don't know why he pulls me off, but he tells me I need to play, he needs me to play defensive tackle. And I'm looking at him like, what? He's like, yeah, we need speed at defensive tackle. Now, I'm not saying what because I'm not a team player. I'm saying what because I'm like, have you been seeing my tackling? Like, my tackling isn't the best right now. I'm literally grabbing guys with one arm and then kind of wrapping them with the other arm and tackling them. Like, I can still tackle, but... And now you want me to get down there with the big boys. I get down there with the big boys. My mentor, I want to call him my mentor. That's my linebacker, all right? You know how TL said, that's my quarterback. That's my linebacker. He tells me to shoot a gap. I'm shooting a gap. He shoots the gap behind me. It's just terrible, and we're getting blown out. My shoulder at that point in time completely goes out. Like, I can't lift it. I can't do anything with it. It's just done. So I'm like, I got to go get this checked out. I wound up getting it checked out. The first time I get it checked out, they say that, oh, you know, you're okay. You just, whatever. You're good. Just give it some rest. Give it some rest. Start working out again because now it's the offseason. I had to miss the last game. Give it some rest. Start working out again. And then it gets worse. And it gets worse. And it gets worse. Then it gets to a point where I can't move it. I finally, after a week in, talking to another doctor said I have a torn rotator cuff. I go get the MRI to confirm the rotator cuff, and throughout the whole time, I'm just stressing. I'm like, fuck, I got to go through surgery. I've never been through surgery a day in my life. This is like the worst fucking time ever. It's terrible. I can't move my shoulder. I'm in pain all the time. And it takes another week for me to get the results. So throughout that, all of that is just sitting on my mind. I'm getting really depressed. I'm not working out anymore. Not that I actually even could work out anymore, but I'm getting really depressed and all this other stuff. And I come to find out I don't have a rotator cuff tear. I have a fractured shoulder. Now, people are like, what the fuck, TheCaliEffect? That's even worse. The fracture is so minuscule that they said we're not going to do anything about it. What has been inhibiting me is that I've been having inflammation in my shoulder because I don't take medicine. So the inflammation has been inhibiting me, not the fracture. And I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck? They gave me a I don't want to say a therapist. I want to say an orthopedic. And the orthopedic has been taking about a week to get in contact with me. And that's basically where I'm at right now. I've been taking ibuprofen. And now I'm actually able to lift. I'm able to throw. I really hope to update you guys on that. But more importantly, I'm ready to get back in there. And I'm ready to play running back. Because if you guys remember, I didn't come here to play corner. I didn't come here to play safety. I didn't come here to play linebacker. I came there to play running back. So I'm going to get in better shape than I was before. That is immediately something that I did let go of myself of. I'm going to get in better shape. I'm going to come out there. I'm going to wow them. And I'm going to be like running back or bust. All right? If I'm not playing running back, I will find a team that will be looking for my services. I'm a pretty big team player. I don't want to paint my helmet again, but I will be forced to if I'm at that level where, damn, he's in shape. He's moving fast. He's hitting people. You know, he's hitting the holes. He knows the assignments. He knows the thing. And they just ignore me at running back. I just might have to find another place. But until then, I have to get into that place where I'm forcing them to put me at running back or forcing them to misuse me like they did last season. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, your adversity is going to pass. You just have to realize what is the solution and how to deal with it. I'm also going through a pretty bad time of selling my car. Not my Camry. I'll never sell my baby. The car that I fixed, I don't want anymore. I just hate fucking Hyundais. I'm so done with Hyundais. I'm going to go ahead and sell it. I'm looking for a buyer. If you guys are in the Vegas area and want to trade it for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I don't fucking know. Go ahead and give me a ring because I am completely done with this card. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. I hope that you guys are doing great yourselves. Let me know down below in the comment section, what do you think? If there's anything that you guys think that I should be doing or could be doing, maybe some things that you might need help on, we can help each other in this. I really hope you guys are enjoying your day like I am. I'm going to go play some Overwatch.